This video will show how to create a template for the emails that are automatically sent out. First thing that you want to do is go to the Forms page. Click there. You'll see on the left here email templates. Several of them are automatically created when the firm comes up. You can view those, look at meeting confirmation, and you'll see some a fair amount of stuff. First, the template. So this is how you select it. You'll see basically information that pertains to email because that's what's sent out to CC, BCC subject, and the message. As you look at this, you'll see some basically variables. These are brackets, pound, and then a description, pound, bracket, close bracket. What LawNode does is basically mail merge. It looks for these variables and it will replace them with the information from your case and your event. You can see a list of variables at the bottom of the page and variables that you may use. Some of them are pertaining to the date, time, and location. Some of them are pertaining to agents who are attending the event. And agents in this case is basically attorneys and staff. Anybody who's connected to your firm is a professional. Non-agents, as you can see down here, are going to be the clients, essentially. So you can see here, this will be event agents attending name full. So if your attorney's name is Michael Weber, it will insert Michael Weber anywhere that it says. If you do the first, then event agents attending name first, it will insert Mike rather than the full name. You'll see the email. If you insert this, it will insert the attorney's email address, phone number, of course. And the main point here is basically take a look at some of the existing forms, try and modify those, play around with them, and you'll get used to kind of how to create these templates. Now, this is the initial meeting confirmation. You can modify the text here. Just don't replace the squiggly line or the variables on there unless you know you're certain of it. To create a new template, what you basically do is add a template. Start typing in all of the information. You can use bold, everything else. It's HTML. You can either use the editor with the design mode, which is default, or you can use HTML if you're comfortable with that and do it that way. You can always preview it, but most attorneys will like design mode. We'll click on one that we have just created, and it's a reminder of today's hearing. We've entered in the email addresses for the non-agents, the clients. For the attorneys, I like to send out emails to attorneys because even though it should be on their calendar and they should generally know what they're doing from day to day, a last-minute reminder is always a nice thing. You can see here, short and sweet, dear client. If it's John Smith, it will be Dear John. This is a reminder of your hearing in your case. Hearing is at, it will tell you the time and at the location. Please arrive 30 minutes early. The rest of it is you can do as much as you want, but the main points to see will be down here under conditions. Because we want this to go out on the day of, preferably right away in the morning, we will want to do a date anchor of when this mail goes out as of the event date. And what this basically does is allow us to send it days before or days after the event. You can see here in the offset value in day, if you set this to 0, it will be on the event that's set out. If you want to set this 1 week prior to the hearing, you can do -7. If you want it to be sent out the day prior to the hearing, you can do -1. If you want it to be sent out 5 days after the event date, you do +5. Max days after date anchor to send. Basically, you can always leave greater than or equal to 1 if you prefer, but it basically prevents something from being sent out well after the fact. Now, LawNode's pretty smart. It has a number of built-in things such that an email is not going to be sent out after the event, if possible, because it kind of makes things look silly. So, if you wanted to send out an email right away, for example, you have a prospective client who just called in, and you want to send them confirmation of the initial meeting, you might do it offset from today's date, put 0, it will send out right away. 5 days, it will send out 5 days from now. So that's basically that. The number one thing, click Add Template, add the variables you need, your message, your subject, set the conditions, and click Save. It will post back, and then all you need to do is we'll test it here. You can, well, let's go with the shortcut. Add an event. We've got one selected here. Minnie Mouse is the case, and I think we were using the court hearing. So, court hearing. We'll select a date. We'll select today's date, so that goes out right away. And enter in the time, enter in the location. Now you can edit these locations in the firm page, but for now we'll just say courthouse. Select yourself and all of the other parties that will be attending, and select the automated email. So here's the one that we created, reminder of today's hearing. Click Add, and now you can go to that case, and just to confirm, under events, you'll see court hearing. Let's close that. It's there. You'll see court hearing. It will show up on your calendar right here. You can modify things there, and then just to make sure you can see the email that's been automatically generated for it by clicking there. It will say who it's been sent to, CC'd, hearing, and the text. Now, because we did this immediately, you'll see a note here that the email has already been sent, because we did that as of today. And so you can't modify it, of course, after it's been sent, but if it hasn't been sent, you can modify it. So that's basically the secret in email template. Click on Forms, click on Add Template, add the variables, test it out. If you have any questions, send us an email at support@lawnode.com. Again, support@law-node.com.